Hey guys, Kristen Collins, hope you're doing well. Touching in this week to dive deeper into self-care. What does real self-care look and feel like? And we use the terms self-care, self-love, self-actualization, self-awareness, a lot of selves there. We use that throughout our journey in our shared community. But this week, what was really bubbling up was this concept of real self-care. So I want you to ponder what it is that you are doing to take care of yourself. And are those things that are very externally based? Wanting to weigh a certain weight, wanting our physical features to look a certain way, getting tactical things done to our bodies, to self-care, putting certain tactical things in our mouths, or maybe certain things to numb. Externalizing self-care is not going to solve for the interconnectedness of self-love. And approaching taking care of ourselves from the inside out not only makes it more sustainable, but it makes it all interconnected so that all the pieces of our puzzle, our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health, and our spiritual health are all transcendent because we are taking care of ourselves from the inside out. Then things like manis and pedis or massages or weight fall naturally into place and are very enjoyable and are cool things to have. But self-care is not about the topical outside things. When self-care comes from the inside out, authentically and naturally, a lot of things fall into place, but we also get to that satiating point, that inner calm, that love, that joy from the inside out. So how do we really self-care? What does that even mean? And what I've discovered this week in beautiful conversations is really doing what we talk about each and every week by being love. B, taking a breath, putting us into this present moment. E, experiencing what comes up in that present moment. Period, pausing with those thoughts and emotions that come up in that present moment and getting curious about them. Not deflecting them, not dissociating from them, but actually experiencing them. And then L, letting them go. And getting on that cycle of being present and connecting with self through breathing, experiencing in that present moment, pausing with that experience, and then exhaling it allows us to then continue on that pathway to open our hearts, drop into our hearts. And that is where we will find true self-care. And that is through true self-love, because we're reconnecting with our authentic selves, our unique, divine humanness that we came here to execute, to experience, to live, to go on this journey, and accepting who we are and why we are, and not altering any of that to try to fit into some societal norm, because what our societal norm actually is a bajillion infinite, unique humans that all came here for a slightly different divine purpose and have different experiences and different opinions and different ways to go about that. So instead of externalizing that, right, and judging everybody else and projecting what we think on everybody else, we turn in to self-care, to self-love, to self-connect, and get really comfortable in our own skin. And that is the journey that we are on together. And this week it came up in our Falling in Love with Ourselves workshop, that clarity, that beauty of we all experience things that we don't necessarily want to experience, or they hurt, or they make us scared. So we close off and wall off our look in and our internal, our embracing of our hearts and our opening of our hearts. And we stay very ego-based and in our heads. And we have three brains. We have a head brain, a heart brain, and a gut brain. And we want all three of those to be wide open and humming along in congruency. So if we really want to talk about self-care, we have to dive into our hearts and fall in love with ourselves and do some healing work and some releasing so that we can live authentically. And by not doing this work, our topical self-care is never going to bring us satiation and joy. And you are not alone in this journey. We all have this opportunity, but it's not how we face out in community. And maybe it's time that we start talking about our authentic truths and our fears and how we wall off our hearts. And I am just so grateful to be on this journey with those folks who are ready to start investigating what real self-care looks like. So if you are interested in continuing a conversation about what is real self-care, I am really excited to say that on Instagram Live this upcoming week, we're going to have our Raw Real Talks Wellness Edition on Thursday, the 28th of July at 2 p.m. Eastern, and our special guest is Transformation Rapid Empowerment Coach Jamie Stewart. And Jamie and I are going to go live and talk about what is real self-care, and we're going to dive into how our mindset, we fall into these defaults of thoughts and behaviors due to emotions that we get into these ruts. Our subconscious mind just leads us through these ruts, which dissociate us from actually connecting with our hearts. And if we want to get into some of this releasing and opening so that we can have an authentic, divine, gorgeous, healthy life, then we have the opportunity to reprogram our subconscious mind. And that, my friends, is what I call real self-care. So hopefully you can join Jamie and I on Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern on Instagram for Raw Real Talks Wellness Edition. And that will also then be uploaded to the Raw Real Talks site, so you could always find it there. And thank you, Jamie, for helping me with my rapid transformation, my work on my subconscious mind, and helping me reprogram things that I didn't even realize were stored within my programming. I wasn't tapped into. I didn't realize were keeping me in a rut from truly loving myself. It's just been an amazing journey, and I can't wait to go live with you so we can connect with more people. So as always, y'all, thank you so much for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your shares. Our community is growing, and every day I wake up and there's a new connection, there's a new opening, there's a new opportunity, and it's because of you. So keep them coming. And for those of you who are newer, maybe haven't been walking this journey with us for, I think it's been about 3 years now, there's tons of content and information and others that we showcase that can help you on your journey to true self-love through true self-care. So check out previous YouTube videos that we have. My website, KristenCollins.com, showcases tips and tools and other folks who are doing great work. And from there, you can always sign up for the weekly e-newsletter that comes out on Fridays, where we just showcase different ways to plug in to support your journey to falling in love with yourself. So thanks, y'all. Keep in touch. And until next time, be love. Bye.